So prominent Georgia Republicans, they are likely on edge right now as the Fulton County DA put them on notice that they may go down with Donald Trump. That's right, news broke this morning that District Attorney Fani Willis, who is pictured here, well, she sent out a so-called target letter. And here is what we know about them per Yahoo News. In the latest sign, she is moving rapidly in her investigation into Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has sent so-called target letters to prominent Georgia Republicans, informing them that they could be indicted for their role in a scheme to appoint alternate electors pledged to the former president, despite Joe Biden's victory in the state, according to legal sources who are familiar with the matter. Now, with Willis being a Democrat in Georgia, this move has some really big implications, particularly because we're looking at Georgia being a battleground state, and also, given those impending elections in the fall. And let's look at who received those target letters. So this also per Yahoo News. Among the recipients of the target letters, the sources said are GOP state senator Burt Jones, Governor Brian Kemp's running mate for lieutenant governor, David Shafer, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, and state senator Brandon Beach. Now, some of those names, at least two, may be pretty familiar to you, given their participation in trying to undermine the 2020 presidential election results. Jones and Shafer were among those who participated in a closed-door meeting at the state capitol on December 14, 2020, in which 16 Georgia Republicans selected themselves as the electors for the state, although they had no legal basis for doing so. Shafer, according to a source who was present, presided over the meeting, conducting it as though it was an official proceeding in which those present voted themselves the bona fide electors in Georgia and then signed their names to a declaration to that effect that was sent to the National Archives. So here are these two men that we were talking about, David Shafer, chairman of the Georgia GOP, and Georgia Senator Burt Jones, who's also running for lieutenant governor. Now, although Willis would not comment on these target letters, she did definitely indicate that she's got more big moves in store, namely calling former President Donald Trump as a witness to testify before the special grand jury. It seems to be very much an option. Yes, said Willis when asked if there was any chance Trump may be called to testify. I think it's something that we are still weighing and evaluating. She also said she spoke to Dwight Thomas, a veteran local defense lawyer who has been retained to represent Trump as recently as Thursday. It really seems that Willis is on the move when it comes to holding people accountable for trying to undermine the 2020 presidential election and also those results there in Georgia. And I really enjoy seeing someone actually enforce the law. What about you, Jeff?
Well, I'm grateful that there's at least the possibility, maybe not the probability, that some charges will be brought about, because the future of our democracy is currently being, I don't know, policies and decision making being right now being some of the things that are coming out that are really going to, in 2024 and the 2022 midterms, question a lot. So hopefully, at least he can go and testify.
Yeah, you would definitely think that would be the case, particularly, since this is all about democracy. And if you say you are a quote unquote patriot or whatever really that means nowadays, but you would think that they'd want to uphold our system and be grateful to be a part of it in some way, especially if they're claiming that they're speaking truth. But as we're seeing with individuals like Lindsey Graham, who's also been subpoenaed, these individuals seem to want to dodge accountability in every single direction.